Today is Wednesday, November 26th, the 330th day of 2014.
And you're listening to This and That on The Wire. Good morning, Norman, Oklahoma. Welcome to This and That. I'm Keegan, along with me always, my partner in crime, Jeremy Deere. This and That. We're on every Wednesday morning from 9 to 11, Central Standard Time, of course. Why? Because we live in the heart of America. That's right, everybody. Norman, Oklahoma. We are here for you guys this week. We didn't actually have to have a show this week, but we decided, hey, the show must go on, right, Jer?
Always.
So,
really, I think I kind of signed us up for it, but
thanks.
It was awesome.
You know, we all wanted to be up at 9 in the morning on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
There's people working out there that listen to us. And, you know, what would they do on a Wednesday that we weren't?
Sleep in.
No, they'd be working and they'd be bored. Ain't that right, Dairy Boy? Lyra? Ken? Oh, you're not working.
Mr. Dave. Oh, wait, you never listened to our show in the first place.
Braxton. Oh, wait, you don't work either. What are you talking about?
You can listen here to us here on The Wire by going online to wire.ou.edu. That again is wire.ou.edu. You can also go to livestream.com/TheWireOU. However, we recommend you guys downloading the TuneIn radio app on your tablet or smartphone, or you can go online to tunein.com. Simply search in the search bar your student radio. You will locate our station, The Wire. Should be the first one that pops up, so that's the way you can listen and follow us. Also, we recommend you guys, if you could please give our Facebook page a big thumbs up at facebook.com/thisandthatwire. That again is facebook.com/thisandthatwire. Not and, but the letter N. This and that. You can also follow us at our Twitter page at thisandthatwire, and you can email us thisandthatwire@gmail.com. And Jeremy and I, we also have our own individual Twitters. Jerry's, what's yours?
It's JIV3. The number 3, not like the word spelled out.
Like jive, but instead of an E, it's a 3.
Yeah, it's a backwards.
And mine's at Meena. If you know my last name, it's just my last name, Meeennagh. Meeennagh.
And if it was Siri following you, it'd be Minag.
Yep, pretty much.
Every time I tell it to dial you, it's like Keegan dialing, Keegan Minag. I try to correct her. She don't listen.
I have the same problem with other people's phone names on my Bluetooth in my car. Now calling Chase O'Hara.
Lieutenant O'Hara.
If you're a musician or in a band, an artist,
or a magician,
stand-up comedian, anything like that, and you live in the Oklahoma City Metro and you're interested in being on our show, please let us know. You can hit us up. We're always looking for talented musicians to provide us insight on the local art scene in the area. And plus, Jeremy and I, we're big advocates of local music, local art, local talent. So please let us know. Tell your friends. Keep on rocking. So if you want to call us, you can call us at 405-325-WIRE. That again is 405-325-WIRE. We have a lot of stuff with the word wire in it. So I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. I know Jeremy and I, we will have Thanksgivings, right, Jer?
Yeah. Actually, I won't.
Oh, you're not?
No. Lyra's going to her parents, and my parents and my whole family's in Colorado, so I'm going to sit at home.
You can come to my house if you want.
I just want turkey and stuffing. This is like a long day coming because I finally get to sit back and do nothing.
In my family,
I'll probably do homework, but
homework. Oh my gosh, homework. In my family, we don't really have Thanksgiving dinner. We just have like a Thanksgiving lunch from like 1 to 3. It's great. Everybody leaves at 3.
My family eats pretty early too.
But everybody leaves at 3. They eat and leave. It's a great thing. You don't have people lingering, so that's always a plus.
Do you guys? Is your family just not close or what?
They are. It's just I don't know.
It's like people come and show up throughout the day.
It's the local family. It's not like the.
Ours is whatever family's in town.
It's like second cousins and great aunts.
Yeah, that's like my extended family.
Twice removed.
I don't know. How does that work, dude?
I don't know. However, I
want to remove some of my family.
I had my aunt and uncle from New York and my 92-year-old grandfather come in last week for just the weekend, and that was pretty fun. But if we ever go up to New York, upstate, we usually have a big, like, everybody in the family comes down to my aunt's house, and we have a nice little Thanksgiving. We don't have a guest for you today because everybody's out of town.
I'm still working on maybe a caller or two.
Hopefully, yeah.
Because we have Mr. Boone booked for next week, but I'm going to see if we can't get him to call in today. He's a great comedian, actor, comedian, entertainer. He's trying to make his way,
through the world today. It takes everything you got.
Exactly. Because sometimes you just
want to go
where
everybody
knows your name,
and they're always glad you came.
Amen.
Yeah.
So how was your weekend, man?
It was all right. Once again, I told you I had my family in town. We went out to eat quite a bit. They love to go out to eat. That's always the thing. When we go there, they come here, whatever. It's always like restaurant after restaurant. You'll have restaurant for lunch. You'll have restaurant for dinner. And then you'll have brunch the next day somewhere. And it just gets a little tiring after a while. But I enjoyed it. I'm glad to see them. I think I'm going to New York City again this St. Patrick's Day. So that'll be kind of cool.
So Ireland for New Year's and then back to New York for Patty's Day.
It's the dream, man. Who doesn't want to go to Manhattan for St. Patty's Day?
I'm not a big fan of Manhattan or New York, like New York City, period. It's too many people.
There's a lot of people.
And, well, I guess it's a lot cleaner than it used to be, but, yeah.
I'm yawning. Hold on.
I don't know why they I'm scared of the police. I'm brown.
I'm not.
I heard the police up there don't like people of color.
I'm Caucasian, so I don't have to worry.
Caucason?
Caucason.
From the Caucason Mountains.
I'm
live from the Caucason Mountains. Keegan Mina.
Hi.
For one night only, be sure to tip your waitresses.
What's the deal with airline food? It's like not good. No.
Yeah.
Yay. So, I don't know if any of you guys heard our special midnight edition of our show.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Thank you. Thank you for not
There's
listening.
a lot of echoes in there. It was just driving me insane.
Echo. I wonder who did that. Was that like that before?
Apparently, that was the problem the whole day. And it's funny that you fixed it.
Yeah,
because no one else knew how to fix it, apparently. For those of you who aren't aware, was it last Thursday? Yeah, last Thursday we did Toy for Tots Marathon,
which was a
charity
great
drive.
cause.
It was great. Donating toys.
And you can still donate. So make sure you do something to make yourself feel good.
Yeah. So we what we did is Jeremy was here at the booth, and I was across the street down at Hertz Donut off Campus Corner, and we had like a remote headset and stuff, a little like cool little control panel thing. But when you would talk, there was a half-second echo delay. So you could, I don't know if you're familiar, but if you kind of talk with a delay or some kind of echo, your brain kind of wants to listen and you kind of talk slower and you stop a lot. But apparently that was the problem for everybody yesterday. But Jeremy somehow fixed it, which is funny because we were the last, we had the graveyard shift and we were the last group to actually do it and we fixed it. So
it was an easy fix, dude. You see, whereas it remote was feeding itself back to itself. So that's where you get the echo.
So what was set to what?
That button was pushed like that.
Huh.
Anyways, it was simple fix. It was dumb. That's the engineer in me that just there's a problem. I got to fix it. Got to solve it. I see. I didn't even realize there was an echo because we didn't hear anything here. But apparently, I seen the button pushed. I'm like, why would that be pushed? Unpush it, and I did.
I wonder if the hockey teams had that problem because they told me to keep the auxiliary on for the hockey game, so I can only imagine.
On the remote?
Yeah.
On here you got to.
Or maybe it wasn't the remote. Maybe it was everything else.
All right, I'm yawning. I'm tired of this conversation.
All right, great show.
Great show. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Have a good day.
That was a good show, Jay. That was a great show. You think they noticed that we were even on?
Probably.
Huh.
The upper management of this radio station's got their eye everywhere. They got 3 of them in here.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, you're right.
Let them see something.
So, how about that game on Saturday? We witnessed history.
Oh, my God, dude. I witnessed it firsthand.
In the rain.
Oh, dude. And like I said, I was never prepared for the rain. I'm prepared for the cold. I got the cold weather clothes and everything's good. But I didn't have a rain. I haven't had a raincoat since I was a kid.
I don't even own a raincoat.
I mean, most of the time it's run to the car and then from the car.
Yeah, that's
to
never.
wherever you're
And
going.
usually, when it rains, it doesn't rain like
Yeah, well,
7 hours.
I went and bought some rain gear that I'll probably never use.
But the fact that you have it,
Exactly. I mean, like, I don't plan on. I mean, I didn't want to be. I mean, I don't know. I don't plan on being a utility and working out in the rain. But you never know.
you never know.
Could change career paths. 10 years from now, working on the railroad, driving the spikes in by hand.
In your hand, and the hands.
Singing that song. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. And I'm like, Keegan, you know.
Ding. You got some tobacco in there. Excuse me. I was making sounds with my mouth.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do some weather, man. Today's going to be high of 56, low of 30. It's going to be sunny out, so make sure you get some of those rays. That vitamin D has a lot. What is it vitamin D gets from, or E?
I believe D is from the sun.
Yeah, sunny D. Yeah, get that vitamin D, because if not, that helps, according to our famed guest, Audra, says that a seasonal effectiveness disorder, is that what it is?
Yes.
It's caused by low lacks of sunlight. So perfect opportunity all week long because it's going to be sunny. Thursday, it's going to be a high of 55, a low of 40. And Friday, it'll be a high of 60, low of 47. And Saturday, we're getting up into the 70s. And it's going to be sunny all those days, all the way into Sunday, where we'll be partly cloudy or mostly sunny, however you want to look at it. Zero chance of precip for the whole week. So enjoy the sun, man. The warm weather's still here. All those people are like, I hate the cold, man. I bet you here in a little while you'll be like, I hate the warm air. I want some cold.
Oh.
If you're listening to this and that.
You're listening to This and That
I hope I'm normal. I think so.
with Keegan
Yes, everything is one. You have nothing to do with it. I am one with what I am.
and Jeremy,
I wish I could talk in Technicolor.
only on The Wire, your student radio.
I wish I could talk in Technicolor too.
I am one.
For those of you who are still not familiar with that,
Check out my personal Facebook. I don't want to talk about it on there. I don't want to be confused with condoning
oh, okay, yeah.
certain.
It's pretty funny what the lady was
Yeah,
talking about.
it was actually a scientific experiment, but again, I don't want to condone any.
So Jeremy and I, we finally, for the first time ever,
I told Lyra about this.
got to go to the CAF yesterday.
Yeah, we
a
popped
friend
our
of ours from
cherries, man.
Cinevision, JD,
Word up.
he gave us, like, I don't know, voucher, I guess?
He got us in.
Well,
got us in the
we
door.
never got to go for the reason that we were never freshmen at this university.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I'm just going to take everybody's word that has something to do with
So
it.
apparently the freshmen, they have to live in the dorms and they get a meal plan.
They have to buy a meal plan?
I think it comes with the tuition fees that goes inside with it. But anyway, apparently it's like where all the freshmen go out to eat. It's like this all-you-can-eat buffet, and it's a magical
It's
place.
a cafeteria, man. Lyra said she used to work there, and
Really?
it wasn't as cool as I made it sound.
But they had everything you could think of from any kind of. They had all-you-can-eat Chick-fil-A.
You just walk up there and get a sandwich.
Like
some waffle fries.
Oh my goodness! And pizza, and they had.
I didn't eat
frozen
anything the
yogurt.
rest of yesterday, dude. I started out with a gyro, and then I seen you guys go with a pizza, so I was like, I want to try the pizza. No, actually, I went to Chick-fil-A, and then I went and got a slice of pizza, which the pizza wasn't that bad, man.
I had some meatballs and a few slices of pizza, Chick-fil-A sandwich, and finished it off with some frozen yogurt with some Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah, you guys went to go get dessert and yogurt, and I got up and just wanted to walk around, and I seen the Asian food, so I wanted some fried rice, and that was like the only thing that I couldn't really shout out and be like, hey, yeah, this is the best. I could use a little work on the little Asian fried rice thing, man.
So,
But it was good.
They had,
dude.
like fresh
all the way
fruit.
around. And they had these neat little hand washers. Like,
Yeah.
they should have them everywhere. You
Like
just
a-
stick your hands in. You don't touch anything, and it spins around your hands and washes them for you. It was pretty cool.
It was an
dude.
interesting experience, and probably a lot of people are like, "Well, yeah, that's the calf. We've all been there."
Yeah, well,
We're sorry, we're not as cool
Exactly.
as you
we're
guys.
Sorry,
We're
we
sorry.
can't afford things like that.
But what I was surprised about was how packed it was. It
Oh,
was
dude.
just like to the brim of students.
It was hard to find a place to sit, man. I mean, but like most things this time of the year, it is packed.
And speaking of packed, we know the day after Thanksgiving is the infamous Black Friday. And when you think of packed, long lines at retail stores for getting great
Crazy
deals,
mobs
so
being packed.
Jeremy and I did some searching. We found 17 Black Friday stories that will make you lose faith in humanity. So you know that's going to be good.
You know it is.
You know, remember a few years
We
ago?
don't do anything that isn't good.
Remember a few years ago when we went to Black Friday and just to see if there would be, we did a little
Yeah.
project. And there was nothing. There was no.
No, that guy, the store manager there at that specific Best Buy is really good about it. I mean, like, I like the way they did it. It was well organized,
Mm-hmm.
and if you were there waiting at the beginning of the line, you had your pick of everything that you wanted first.
That was interesting. But
But it was pretty neat.
let's look at some of these. So number one, is that a lobster in your pants? Yes, it is. And these are all like employees or somebody like posting to a website. So it goes, when I worked at Sam's Club during the madness one Black Friday morning, we caught a woman stuffing the inside of her pants with frozen lobster tail.
Ooh.
She would unpackage them and throw the trash in a stack of tires that were on display. Ugh.
So her husband's like, you smell fishy.
I wonder if there's any relation with Jameis Winston, the quarterback from Florida State.
I wonder if she stuffed any crabs down there. This is like the crab. I already had the crabs. I didn't take them from.
Oh, goodness.
The crabs were there.
Crabs and
Just
lobster.
the lobster. She wouldn't get charged for them too. Like, lady, you can keep the crabs.
Those weren't ours to begin with. Number two, old ladies battling for a $5 calculator. I worked at Radio Shack for a year in college. During Black Friday, one of the sale items was a $10 calculator marked down to $5. Two sweet elderly women came in to the store looking for them. When I told them that there was only one left in the display, it was on. It turned into a
Geriatric version.
I didn't know what
of
that word.
roller derby.
What does geriatric mean?
I don't know. It has something to do with old people.
Geriatric version of roller derby without the skates. The one grandma who lost the race called the other one
An F&B.
an F&B as she was standing in the checkout line gripping her $5 prize. I always imagine some little kid opening presents on Christmas morning and getting this stupid $5 calculator, not really wanting it and having
have
no
to
clue about the
wonder-
backstory behind it, and his grandma, sipping her tea, looks on with a triumphant gleam in her eye.
I have to wonder what this $5 calculator. I mean, like,
It
what
must
kind
have-
of calculator would you buy for $10? They're either really cheap
Yeah.
and they do what you need, or they're really expensive and they do all the stuff that you don't even need.
I honestly don't understand how those calculators. They're like, some of them are like $90. I need it for calculus. I need it for advanced nuclear physics. Advanced cellular physics. I'm so glad we don't have to take math anymore. I haven't had to take math since Rose State. Oh, it's great. Number three, they go right for the neck. This is a Walmart story. A couple years ago, when the sale started, there was a surge of people trying to get their stuff. One lady got knocked down, and her pen went straight into her neck, thankfully missing her jugular. The effed up part is no one tried to help. They just walked over her.
I have a friend who fell off his bike and nobody tried to. Nobody stopped to help. They didn't even ask me if I was. I love that story, Keegan.
No one helped me. I still have the genes to prove it.
And every time it's weird because like I think about that story in the morning or something, and then like I'll go to school and I'll see the jeans with a little tear in your knee.
So when we first started here last year, I rode my bicycle everywhere around campus. So me and Jeremy, we were going to go meet for lunch at O'Connell's. And I was driving my bicycle, but there were people on the sidewalk, so I went into the grass, little like median thing between the grass and the sidewalk, or between the sidewalk and the road, and there was some mud. So I skidded off my bicycle, and like tore up my knees and my hands. And there's like 13, 15 people all around me. They all looked up at me or looked down at me, and then just walked away. No one asked if I was okay. And I come back, Jeremy. I'm a little late to O'Connell's, and Jeremy sees me. I'm all bloodied up in my hands, and I'm
mad.
I'm really mad. I go, dude. Okay, I also like fell off my bicycle, and no one helped me. No one even asked if I was okay.
They just walked around.
And to this day,
he wasn't even hurt that he fell off his bike.
Yeah,
he was hurt that nobody.
Like my bicycle, I had to go get it repaired right after that too. I had to like walk my bicycle to O'Connell's. No one cared. So back to the Walmart story. People were walking over. An associate that saw it happen had to stand over top to protect her from getting trampled. When the ambulance crew arrived, they had to literally, and I hate that word, literally shove people out of the way because no one would move. People suck. That stinks. That's just where the capitalism, greed, and excess is. It's just,
oh my
it's
God.
all absorbed in one day.
This next one. Oh.
No time for bathroom breaks. Oh, goodness. That's not a good teaser right there. I worked for BBY. I don't know what that is. BBY?
I don't know. Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know.
Bed Bath & Beyond, probably.
No. It was an electronics store. I don't. It's a big box store, basically.
I worked for BBY for 6 years. Everyone knows about the lines that you stand out during Black Friday. Part of the process is once you get into the store, you stand in another line to buy your products. Our manager thought he was particularly smart, winding the line through our appliance department. Mind you, there's usually 1,500 plus people in the building at 6 o'clock in the morning. The line's still outside.
Black Friday, man.
Well, we get a complaint from one of our patrons. After checking the dryers, we find a nice... a nice...
That's what I said. Nice brown present.
Nice, yeah, brown town present in one of the dryers. Good size, solid...
That's what I'm saying. You can't read it. Well, the lady didn't want to lose her spot. Opened the dryer, and that's where she.
Oh my goodness!
I decided that day that I may want stuff. I will never do that in front of an entire crowd of people
for an $800 plasma television. That is disgusting.
That is gross. These are coming off Reddit. It's a site that compiled a bunch of Reddit stuff. So. Yeah, the language isn't too friendly.
Don't mess with Grandma. Working in the electronics department, a little old lady punched a teenage boy in the face to get the last radio he had picked up. She snatched it up and ran.
I know. Whatever happened to respect your
elders?
No.
Well, I'm not gonna respect ladies
not
who punch
elders.
me in the face.
What would younger be?
Respect your
youngins.
Youngins. Respect your.
I'm just kidding. They can't get no respect. That's like Rodney Dangerfield said.
Number 6, always knew the Furby was evil.
Man, we had a Furby. I was staying at my dad's house for a while, and in between places, and we had a Furby there forever. And then my sister came and took it.
I don't like Furbies.
So she could have it in her office.
They have, like, I always picture them when I'm sleeping late at night. It's gonna go, "We're gonna find you, Keegan. We're gonna." I
don't even know what the whole big thing about Furbies were.
Neither do I.
Dude, I should kidnap it for my sisters and then bring it here.
No.
For the show.
No.
We'll have a show Furby. Instead of a show baby, it'll be a show Furby.
I worked at Toys R Us when the original Furby came out.
We'll teach it
I walked in the back doors right before my shift when doors were supposed to open. I had people follow me in and assault me trying to get a darn Furby. Then when doors finally did open, one parent pushed my coworker to the ground and jumped on top of a pile of people to get one from the display. She ended up kicking some poor person in the head and grabbed a Furby and stuffed it down her shirt and tried to casually walk out and steal it. Where is the humanity?
I don't know, man. And people are worried about the police.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be worried about your neighbor.
Like, have you ever done Black Friday shopping in the morning?
Nope.
See,
There's no appeal to me that to ever be out in any sort of chaos or okay. There is all kinds of sort of appeal to me to be out in chaos and madness,
just to witness it.
not to pay for it.
No. Like I went black shopping Friday.
Well, you
Black
can't.
Friday shopping.
You can't do that in Oklahoma, anyways, because like the way the laws are set up, like we don't have a true Black Friday here. So you just have people that want to be in chaos and create chaos. I mean, like you could go to Missouri and get the same TV at Walmart for 3/4 of the price off, man. I mean, like, I'm telling you, if you just went across a drink.
I mean, I've bought stuff at like 6 o'clock at night that Friday afternoon when all the lines are dead, but I don't.
Well, and then most of the stuff they had here it was limited. Like Walmart would have like a $100 computer and it would have everything, but there'd only be like 4 or 5 on the shelf. I mean, they would actually put stuff away. I don't know. Black Friday's changed. It's not the same as it used to be.
This one's very, very sad, actually. I worked at Walmart for 4 years and worked all Black Fridays. I've seen a woman hit another woman in the chest with those toddler car boxes you drive in. Woman who got hit was a week or 3 post-op of open heart surgery. Lots of blood right in front of me. No idea what happened to the woman who hit her. I do think she got the toy car, purchased it, and left.
And people are okay with doing that. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't do it. Like somehow and I hate it when people justify things to themselves just so they don't feel bad. I mean, it's like
isn't that everybody pretty much?
No,
not
I don't.
everybody.
Like if I do something bad to somebody, I'm gonna own it. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, they deserved it. I'm like, no, dude, I'm just an a-hole.
Oh,
like well, I mean, like anybody that knows me knows I'm.
Yes, I know, Jeremy. See? I know.
But I'm gonna own it, dude, because I think it's cowardly to sit there and say, oh well, she deserved to get raped. I'm speaking about the Norman protest. Did you see that?
I did. I didn't understand it at first.
I don't know the whole story, so I don't have an opinion about it. But it's just a mess.
Yeah, maybe we'll come back to that. This one's interesting because it's not regular mace; it's bear mace. Bear mace, if you're not familiar, is like 10 times stronger than regular mace.
Where do you get bear mace?
Usually at like outdoor recreation, like places where you buy tents and stuff.
Is that the stuff in like the big like?
It's like in a canister.
Yeah,
it looks like a
fire.
It's like a freeze, like a Febreze bottle, like the air sanitizer kind of bottles, and it shoots out red stuff.
See, I've seen them the size of like small fire extinguishers.
Yeah, they look kind of like that, but they shoot out this red bear mace, and we had to take it around when we would go hiking out in the woods back in Alaska.
Did you ever play with it? Like
I did. We used to go squirt the snow, and it'd be
I
red
remember
snow.
when I was young, like there was actual mace. Like if it's red and it just irritates, it's just pepper spray. And they outlawed mace, and now you can't even manufacture it. You can't buy it anywhere. But and that was because like you could just squirt it in the air, like just one little squirt in the booth here. And both of us wouldn't be able to breathe or talk or I mean, it gets in your eyes and your lungs and your hair, and it just stings and burns. And mace was actually, it was pretty cool. I mean, like my friend, my friend's parents had it because they used to walk like avidly, and they'd walk at night, so they always carried it on them. But I'll tell you, like that would injure the person shooting it as well as the person being shot. I mean, like it was so fine it would fly through the air, dude.
Hopefully you're not going against the wind on those.
Well, dude, you squirt it and run.
But anyway, an 80-year-old grandma tackled and then bear-maced a woman over fleece fabric at my store. The old lady wanted a cancer pink ribbon fabric, and the woman she ultimately tackled had called ahead and ordered a bulk amount of it because she works for a cancer organization and makes blankets for cancer patients. The woman was wheeling a cart in the store with several large bolts of the fabric in it, which she had special ordered, and we put it in the cart for her so she could continue shopping. Old lady sees that this woman has all the bolts, and it isn't right that she's hogging the entire stock of that particular print. The woman explains the situation
assumes things,
and that she is in fact special ordered these, and
that
the reason she was coming in on Black Friday to purchase them is because they were a major Black Friday promotion at 60% off. Understandable. The old lady continues to yell at the poor woman. The woman very calmly keeps trying to reassure her that she is not taking any of the store stock, that she makes blankets for dying women with breast cancer. She's a very sweet store regular who pays out of pocket for all the blankets, and so my store held the fabric for her until her Black Friday till the end of Black Friday when she would come in and purchase them with her coupon. Old lady doesn't give a crap, whips out mace, tackles the woman.
That's horrible.
And it says right here, take a breather. It only gets worse from here on out, the stories.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I don't like it, man. I mean, it's just I don't like this list, man.
You don't
It's
like
mean.
it?
No,
It's mean, but
dude.
it's
people. This is just like all the stuff that you hear from people, but even worse.
Do you want me to stop?
No,
Jeremy, you want me
keep
to
going.
stop?
I'm a
I'll stop for you.
masochist. I don't know. I can't agree with any of this.
No, I can't. I would never condone any of this stuff. The fact that you're using mace on a person who didn't attack you,
Who's not a bear?
who's not a bear, and bear mace can actually blind people.
It's my bear noise.
9. Screwed through the South Entry. I think it was around Black Friday 2004, and I was a cart pusher at a Walmart. In this particular year, Walmart ordered a plasma TV at an extremely low price and was the hottest deal of the year. A man showed up the Tuesday before the big sale with a tent, ice coolers, generator, TV, and everything he needed to brave the 3 nights he would be staying over. He continuously talked about being first in line and how he was going to get the plasma TV and how he was hosting the next Super Bowl party. So this was just going to be the best thing ever. Come around Thursday night, I showed up to my shift and he was still there in a jolly mood, thankful he was about to go home and sleep in his own bed. The news came and he did a short interview and explained what he was waiting for, how he was able to get the time off. He was a truck driver and was overall excited over the whole ordeal and prided himself for touching out the cold. The line for the entrance wrapped around the whole front of the door and about another 300 yards or so past the store with thousands of people waiting to get in. At 5 a.m., the doors open, and the man goes straight to the plasma TVs to see that they were all gone. What happened? The garden center at the Walmart opened up about 10 seconds before the front doors, and those that came the night before scooped up all 15 TVs. This guy, who had been there since Tuesday afternoon, was dumbfounded and argued with management, but was stonewalled and told that there was nothing that could be done. That guy's
Walmart.
Thanksgiving was a bust for sure. That's a funny one. That was a.
He must have done something as a kid.
Well, I know,
I
like,
mean, I'm thinking like karma was just biting him back. Sure, he was probably a good guy at the time, but there was something.
well,
bad.
I mean,
I'm
there's
not-
always just that one group of people.
I'm
or
going meta with it, you know.
There's always that one group or one person who stays that 3-4 days, but no one else even starts lining up till like hours before.
Yeah, there's this guy, and the news was talking to him. I think he's at the Best Buy off of 240 up there in the city, and I'm like, you know, it don't even like work like that. Like, you could be the 3rd or 4th person in line and still have your pick at everything that you want. I mean, like, there's really no need. You wait till somebody camps, and then you go. You don't have to start by Monday, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? I'm talking to you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
But
And you over there.
what was that?
I don't know.
Oh, but yeah, I know like Target and all those places, they tend to put a lot of the deals in different locations of the store. Like, you wouldn't expect to find a television in the clothing department.
Really?
Yeah, like Target would do that.
I never heard.
So what they would do is they would put TVs in the clothing department, and maybe like somewhere else, like the food department. So
now that's
that way
actually
people,
kind of fun.
that way people wouldn't just storm the electronics, because everybody's going to go to the electronics, obviously. So if you spread it all out, people have more equal
Well,
chance.
I mean, I guess Walmart kind of does that with their like doorbusters, the ones where like you can get like a DVD for $1 and it's like a brand new one that just came out. It was like a new Blu-ray or something, and they'll have like that in like a pile in the aisle by the gardening section. You know? And I don't know. I know people that do Black Friday, and bless their hearts. I never say bless their hearts.
That's what my mom always says.
Bless their hearts, because they go there like the night before or the day as they're putting the stuff out, so they know where the piles are of what and where to go exactly when they run in.
Well, I know here now,
at Walmart.
a good friend of ours that we work with, he's thinking about purchasing a television. However, they're doing that. They do this thing where you can actually call ahead of time and get a ticket, and they have all the stuff ready for you when you walk in.
It's like those guys that when we did the,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like these guys sit there every year at the Best Buy and more, the first people, and they have a list of everything that they're wanting to get, and they give it to the manager, and by the time the door opens, they have it all carded up for them. And it's already paid for. I mean, all they got to do is just swipe the card. I mean, like, everything's rung up. They just go in there and they have everything. But that's the way the guy does it there, the manager. is you sit there and wait in line, and then before the doors open, the workers come out one by one, and they have like, so they have 10 70-inch plasma TVs for $500. Then they go down the line. It's like, who wants this? And they start at the beginning. So if you've been there first, you have your first pick.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's pretty ingenious because you don't have to worry about anything. I mean, at least you don't have to worry about being duped out of.
Here's another one.
Plasma screen.
Some work 20-hour shifts. I'm very glad I don't have to work that 4 a.m. to midnight shift ever again. I have nothing but sympathy and respect for all those who are still working in the trenches of retail. Stay safe out there this week. Yes, I really intended to write 4 a.m. to midnight. It was a 20-hour day and it stunk. One of the stupid policies at Circuit City was that customer service associates, not managers, were charged with counting the money at the end of the day, every day, all year. Unfortunately, because of the volume of Black Friday, the registers had to be cashed out several times that day, and then all of it tabulated at the end of the night, and it was required all of us to do it. And it was required all of us to do it, or else one guy would be stuck counting bills until well into the next day. Wow. I would not wish that. You know what stinks? Our good friend Nicholas Von Bush. Our good friend Nicholas Von Bush has to work tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day.
I know. I remember. I seen the post.
Who's going to go to Radio Shack on Thanksgiving?
I don't know, but I know that was a secret outlet for iPhones.
Look at the girl at the IT store dancing.
Ooh, we should put the camera on.
Oh, yeah, we should.
Can you do it?
Let's stand up real fast. You think we can stand up? You think she could see us?
Hey, turn the camera around. I'll put you on. Here. Oh, this is so awesome. Oh, there we go. To the right. Anybody watching online? You see her? She's getting it.
She got it.
That girl getting down. Yeah, leave it. Oh, can we leave it there? No.
No, I gotta hold it.
Okay, he's holding it.
I'm not gonna hold it anymore. We should dance too. You think she'll notice?
I'm behind a sign so she can see me dance.
Oh, get down. Get down. Yeah. Oh, she saw us. Okay, we gotta go back now. She waving at us. That's pretty funny. She was getting down like Judge Joe Brown, man. I'm telling you. She was like, ooh.
Girl was dirty.
Break it down now. Oh, there she goes. Ooh, with the feet. Ooh, with the feet.
Shimmy, shimmy.
I'm getting a phone call. Don't call me.
Don't call me,
Mute
daughter.
Me real fast.
Don't call me grandma. I just don't know about these Black Friday stories though, because it just makes me feel. Makes me feel like a horrible. It makes me realize that how horrible of a world we live in. You know what I mean? These stories are just mean. People are bad. And I thought the world was what you made of it.
But I guess not.
Exactly. Apparently not.
This one's that's kind of funny. Sam's Club does a Black Sunday or something before the actual Black Friday for Plus members. Some punk 20-year-old threw food on the floor, purposely slipped in it and gave himself a concussion, puking all over the place like a fool. He got no money from us because Sam's has cameras everywhere. What the heck? That doesn't make any.
That should have been like number one or something at the bottom of the list.
Okay. As a shopper, I showed up late, 11:45, just because I needed to go the one time bucket list thing, Black Friday, do it one time. But before I went to the store, I stopped at Starbucks to get a large coffee. Then with coffee in hand, I started walking down the line to Best Buy just to see how far back it was. One of the people in the front of that line offered me $20 for my half-drank, lukewarm coffee. Like any citizen who's powered by the dollar, I was there on Black Friday after all. I gave it to him for that $20. I then took the money, went back to Starbucks, bought 5 small coffees, and sold 4 of them for $10 to the most desperate people in line. After all was said and done, I went back to Starbucks and tipped the baristas $20 for having to work those painful hours. That's a good story. I like that one.
Dude, that's an opportunist, dude. And it's people like that make capitalism great.
It's not greed. It's ingenuity.
You find a need and a want, and you supply that need and want. That's the American
That was
way.
well put. I like that story. That's probably my favorite one.
America. Proud to be here.
We got like 4 more. Sort of related as it relates to the hot Christmas toy of the year craziness. When I was 6 years old, it was all about those ugly Cabbage Patch dolls. My dad had recently remarried, and my stepmom was desperate for my approval, so I guess she decided that was the way to my heart. I didn't even really want one, to be honest, but when she came home with scratches all over her face and a small chunk of her hair missing, but the prize doll missing its box and birth certificate because it was torn open during the skirmish with the other two moms at the store, I kind of had to pretend I loved it. It did grow on me a bit, and I brought that doll with me to Gemco on a shopping trip with my stepmom a couple weeks later. I put it in the cart seat and generally enjoyed pushing the cart around with my stepmom. She stepped away to look at some items, and this woman swooped in and stole my doll out of the cart right in front of me. I was crying. By the time my stepmom came back a few minutes later, I remember feeling really confused by all of it. One of the first things I recall that showed me that people are pretty cruel. That is messed up. Because I wasn't alive during the whole Cabbage Patch Kids, but I have watched I Love the 80s, and they talked about
I think that was like one of the first big toy crazes that I remember. I don't know if it was ever period.
I think
but
it was
that.
I know Tickle Me Elmo was back in the early 90s.
And I never got like what was so big about it. And like the Cabbage Patch Kids, because they were all different, and they all came with birth certificates, and they are all like literally like picking your own thing. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you what, we're going to go to a music break, and when we get back, we'll have the rest of this list along with some news. Looks like the Polish gave Pooh the boot. A house in Florida was sold with the owner still in it. And Reading, Pennsylvania is not liking their Charlie Brown Christmas. And also, Joey Chestnut. That guy can't keep his mouth shut. You're listening to The Wire. This and that on The Wire. Your student radio.
It's the show that ruins your college experience.
Keegan and Jeremy, you guys suck.
This and that on The Wire, your student radio.
I like it.
I love it.
I love it. That's my Lyra Lou.
That's his Lyra Lou. Welcome back to This and That, Keegan, Mina, Jeremy Deere. On the discussion of Black Friday stories, we've had some interesting ones. We've had people bear mace people throw up on the floor, and people taking an opportunity and selling coffee at a high rate. And we only have a few more left, but it really makes you question and lose the faith in humanity. These stories, the fact that
I know I have. I mean, like it's just these people are not nice. Man.
And I'm not saying I'm a great person, but I try. I think about other people. I when I do stuff, when I tip or go somewhere, I think that person probably has it worse than I do at the moment. I don't want to ruin their day, but this stuff is just insane. Stealing, beating people up,
Pooping in dryers.
Last year during the peak of Black Friday, someone brought their 2 dogs into the store and let these dogs poop all over the place. Then the lady who had brought the dogs and every other person shopping had dog poop throughout on their feet and tracked it throughout the entire store. I work at a small box store, Forever 21. My manager and I had to crawl around and scrap what we could off the floors with box cutters, disinfectant spray, and paper towels during the peak of Black Friday. It's been a year and I still can't figure out why you'd bring your dogs Black Friday shopping. But Forever 21?
I wonder if that was like some sort of like ploy. Like, I know what I'll do. I'll bring my dogs.
Yeah, there's just...
Speaking of dogs in stores, one time, Lyra, she likes to walk. So she's like, well, I was on my way home from work, and she's like, hey, can you pick me up at the grocery store? And I said, yeah, man. So she walks, and on her way there, she comes across this little dog. And like he looked like some sort of what's the long like hair?
Like Lassie kind?
No, like the wavy kind with the collie. No, is it
Border Collie?
It's the one with the floppy ears. The
wiener dog?
No. What is that? It's the Lady and the Tramp dog.
Oh man.
Anyways, well, it was a black one of those.
Ken, quick comment. We need your count.
and it followed her, and it just befriended her. And I guess the more she shouted at it, the more it thought that she was playing, because she don't have a really gruff voice as it is. And it was the female one.
Oh, the female one?
Not the
lady from...
Lady, yeah, that's right. Lady and the Tramp. Anyways, it started following her and followed her all the way up to the store.
Cocker Spaniel.
Yeah, Cocker Spaniel. It was like a Cocker Spaniel mix, but it was a black one. And really sweet dog, really kind. It was older. And so she would shoo it, and it just kept following her. And it ended up going to the store. So when I get there, I see this dog like waiting outside, and he's trying to figure out the automatic doors. I can tell this much. And I'm like, oh, that's strange. Dog wants to get in there. But I didn't realize this was the dog she was talking about because she texted me and said, hey, I met a buddy. Well, I go in, and a little bit later, like I look behind me, and the dog, I didn't let it in, but it found its way in. And so, everybody's like, hey, there's a dog in the store. Nobody wanted to be mean to it because I had a collar, and it was all nice and neat. I mean, the collar didn't have it like a thing on it, but, it was a friendly dog, and they didn't know what to do. And apparently... was it a basset? She said it was a basset. Oh, no, it was a black dog.
I had a story when I worked at Target in Midwest City. I worked like a 9 in the morning shift, and a dog just walked into the store and just started like running laps around the whole place. And everybody's like we all have walkie-talkies like, yeah, there's a dog. There's a dog.
That's what they were doing.
The store.
And say they even called on the deal. They're like, whoever the owner of the black dog, could you please come get your dog? It came inside the store, and we're like, we don't know who the owner is. So we didn't want to leave it there so I'm like, let's put the groceries in. And so I followed her behind. Like I'd go down the road and then pull into the next little parking lot and wait for her. And she walked the dog all the way back to where she found it. And then like she jumped in the car really quick, and the dog just looked like, oh man, like you're leaving me. Like my friend's leaving. I felt bad for the dog. It was an awesome little dog, but yeah, it followed her in the store. And people were all, but she has some crazy stories about that store. She used to work there at one time, and she said a beaver came in the store.
A beaver?
I know. In Norman, there's no ponds, there's no nothing. It's like, where'd the beaver come from?
That's peculiar.
Yeah, she said they were all swatting it with mops and everything, and it was like urinating and defecating all over all the aisles.
Ew.
I know. That's crazy. She's got some crazy stories. She's like you. She has adventures. Things happen to her. Anyways, but what we were saying, back to the dogs. 'Tis the season. 'Tis never the season.
It was the first time I ever worked a Black Friday in my life. I was 16 years old working at a Levi's outlet back in my hometown. I was working on the floor, and I hear my manager scrambling and apologizing to a woman who had just touched some...
Ooh. Some man's ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
That's all we got to say. Apparently...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Apparently, some guy did something bad in a fitting room, and that's all we can say. Go to the next one.
Okay,
the
yeah.
Brook.
We'll post this if you want to read it, but I'm not going to continue on this one. I'm sorry. It can only get worse from here, I guess. I worked at Target for 5 years as an electronics team lead, and I saw some gnarly stuff. The worst, though, was probably when I saw a man throw a 42-inch TV at another man for cutting in line. The man that received the Westinghouse to the face received a concussion and several stitches, while the thrower got multiple blows to the face from surrounding customers.
See, I like that story. Justice. I don't know why we don't do that anymore.
What? Citizens arrests?
Yeah, no, citizen justice. I mean, like where the mob beats the heck out of the person. And I seen a video the other day of these guys. Apparently, were taxi cab drivers in India, and this angry mob had them tied to a staircase, like railing. And they like ripped. All the men were standing back and letting the women have at him, and so like they were like pounding them. They like ripped their clothes off and they're like beating them and slapping them, and the men were just like publicly shamed. And I was like, do you know America needs that? I mean, when you catch something in the act that happened, just let it go, man. Let the people deal with them.
Amen. And here's our final story, and the title is "And the Worst Horror Story of All Time." I worked at the Walmart in Green Acres Mall in Valley Stream, New York. I was working the day one of my fellow coworkers got crushed to death by a large crowd who broke the doors and gate outside. That moment changed Black Friday for the retail world forever. I quit after that. Was not ready to lose my life for some televisions.
Crushed.
Man,
they crushed him.
That's very sad.
It really hits the pulls on the little heartstrings.
So yeah, I just posted those 17 stories to our Facebook page if you are interested in looking at them. But yeah, I lost a lot of faith in humanity after today.
Yes, I did too, man. I mean, I just, I don't know, man. Let's just get to the news.
Yeah. News! Gonna do some news.
Travis Brazil.
Brazil. So, what does our news consist of today, Jer?
Well, the first story is coming out of Warsaw, Poland. Apparently, those Polskis don't like Winnie the Pooh. And it's a reason they don't like Winnie the Pooh is because the bear's unclear gender and modest clothing.
What are you supposed to be? Silly old bear.
Christopher Robbins. You like it? Let's do it again.
Oh, yeah.
What are you supposed to be? Silly old bear.
I'm supposed to be a black rain cloud. That's what he says. I had to cut that part out. Anyways, the matter was debated in a closed-door meeting weeks ago in central Polish town of, what is that? How do you say that? Tuszyn? Tucson. But didn't get much media attention in Poland until recent days. Voice recordings of the meeting were leaked to the media, which officials complained that Pooh Bear is in modestly dressed clothing and also lacks a clear gender. One called the bear a hermaphrodite. Man, I wish those were the extent of America's problems, where we're just like, we don't know what this cartoon character is. Let's hold a meeting but instead, they're all fighting and doing what
what
they
makes
do
me
in
mad is when
Washington.
there's things that have been around for so long and no one says anything about it. Then one day someone just doesn't like it, and so they have to make a big deal about it, form a committee, and try to get it banned of some sort. Like the Redskins, for example. I mean, it wasn't a problem until now, really.
Immigration. It wasn't a problem until now.
It wasn't. Guns. It wasn't a problem until now.
Obama. It wasn't a problem.
Well, we don't talk politics here. But yeah, I mean, like Winnie the Pooh, who cares? Who cares? Winnie the Pooh's been around since, like, what, the 40s? The 50s?
I don't know. Well, that was Poland, so apparently it might be new to Poland.
Come
You
on,
never know.
Poland.
I mean, like the Germans are still stuck on
Come on.
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff, man. Like,
Hasselhoff.
he's not
Das
even,
ist
he's not even
Hasselhoff.
really German.
But we love him.
He's very pretentious. But I digress.
Orlando, Florida. Just
Oh.
coming straight from Reuters.
Florida story.
William Wilson thought it was suspicious that the doors of a long vacant home he had bought in an auction Tuesday in southwest Florida were chained from the inside. The next door neighbor kids told him not to be surprised if they found a dead body there because they never saw the owner leave. Still, Wilson said it came as a shock to discover the nearly mummified body laying on the floor in the master bedroom next to the bed. He said it wasn't expected, and that's for sure. The Cape Coral police wrapped yellow tape, crime scene tape, around the weathered pink house in its overgrown yard. They said they bought the house for about $96,000, and after it went for an auction because the owner failed to pay its property taxes for 3 years. Old droppings from a pet bird suggested it drank out of the toilet before the water supply was turned off. Wilson said he didn't find any signs of the bird. So, good news, the bird probably made it out, and that's all that matters.
Ew.
Yeah, apparently the lady was packing her clothes and probably killed over. But the house was owned by two sisters, and one had died like 5 years prior. So they don't even know how long this lady was missing. But the cops were called. The neighbors claim that the cops were called for a well-being check, to go check on the well-being. And the police are saying, we don't have no record of this. But all the neighbors said they called and called and called. And my question is, why was it chained and locked from the inside?
Right. Maybe those guys weren't cops. Maybe they murdered her and then chained her from the inside.
And mummified her.
And then preserved her body and then pooped everywhere. I don't know. It is a crazy story, though, but that's Florida for you.
It
Homo
happened in
crazy
Florida. We need an "It happened in Florida" theme.
We need it. Next guest we get, we'll do a "It happened in Florida" tagline thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Silly bear.
Silly.
What are you supposed to be, silly bear?
Silly rabbit. Tricks
I'm
for
a
kids.
hermaphrodite. The Bear Post is the Winnie the Pooh Polish opposition. They got little kids playing by Pooh's feet.
Nasty.
Next story. Make sure you check out the web page and follow along with our news stories. The next story comes from Reading, Pennsylvania, man.
Reading.
You know how people are up there.
In Pennsylvania.
Yep.
They're Quakers.
Quake.
They like oatmeal.
But apparently, a Christmas tree that might make Charlie Brown think twice about getting kicked to the curb a little early after residents in Pennsylvania town complained it was too ugly. Man.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Exactly. It couldn't be said better.
I can't agree. I can't disagree. Charlie Brown knows what's up.
Exactly. It's not about the tree, dude. Like, you know what? They probably saved money, your hard-earned taxpayer money, buying an ugly Christmas tree. So you people in Reading, if you're listening,
I salute you, Reading.
I salute the council for trying. But you people complaining about your ugly Christmas tree?
At least he has a Christmas tree.
Exactly.
What kind of tree do you have? A palm tree? They don't have palm trees in Pennsylvania. You're crazy.
Yeah, well, the council is raising money to buy and decorate more impressive replacement. Current tree is topped with a lighted pretzel.
Yummy. Well, you know, the Pennsylvania Dutch makes some good Dutch-style pretzels.
And that's what it's a tribute to the area's many bakeries. I don't know these people, man.
What is going on with the world? It's almost like, I feel like, you know, everybody says this is the time for, you know, caring and family and giving, but I feel like it amplifies the greed.
I'm going to just blame it on big business.
Big business and capital. It's the big business capitalism. They have this thing, I don't know if you guys are familiar with, like Small Business Saturday, the day after you go and shop at a local, like a mom and pop store.
I don't know. I've heard Small Business like Saturday or whatever, like all these other like times of the year too. But they need to get their act together. Small Business does.
And then what's it, Cyber Monday?
I don't know. Where you cyber with your girlfriend online?
What girlfriend?
Where everybody cybers with your girlfriend online?
I don't have a girlfriend
that you know of.
Let's do the next story.
I'm stalling, man. I'm trying to put these up here.
Oh, well, why don't you just tell me? I have all these other cool things we could talk about. Stalin. Joseph Stalin was in charge of
the Christmas
Russia.
tree story's gone.
It's gone.
On to the world famous competitive eater, Joey Chestnut. Guess what he did?
He's the hot dog guy, right?
Yeah. Guess what he did today? He
ate-
couldn't keep his mouth shut, that's for sure.
He had turkey.
A whole turkey.
He ate a whole turkey.
Not just any turkey. A whole turkey.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was whole.
He ate it like in one bite?
Sucked at the bones. The competitive eater, Joey Chestnut, won turkey eating contest in Connecticut, setting a record by devouring an entire bird. So not only did he eat the turkey in a contest, he set a record too. The 10 contestants vied to see who could eat the most of a 20-pound turkey in the competition Saturday at Foxwoods Resort Casino, which is a really great casino. Chestnut ate 9.35 pounds of the meat off the bone in 10 minutes.
My goodness.
According to the MLE, which is the equivalent
Major
of
League Eating Association.
Yeah, it's Major League Eating.
That's terrible.
There's no association. It's just Major League Eating, MLE, which is equivalent of the NFL. His best previous record, which was held by Sonia Thomas, who ate 5.25 pounds of turkey in November of 2011. Chestnut, who, of course, is from San Jose, California, turns 31 on Tuesday, is ranked the top competitive eater in the world by Nathan's Hot Dog. I was like watching that on the 4th of July.
Yeah, when I lived in Maryland, there was a Burger King near my house, and one of the ladies that worked there was this really, really small Asian lady, and she was one of those competitive eaters. She was like the female, the best female eater. I don't remember her name, but they called her the Black Widow. She's this very skinny, very small, tiny little Asian lady, and she went to this like company picnic, like squadron picnic for my dad's Air Force related stuff, and she just like devoured like 12 jars of pickles. And I'm like, what is going on? I honestly don't understand how people can do that. It just makes me want to throw up. But I digress.
She likes her pickles. Oh, speaking of pickles, if Dairy Boy was here, Dairy Boy,
Then
then he could have told you about the shot we heard about. It's you take a tequila shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of like putting the salt and lime on it, you chase it with pickle juice.
That's disgusting.
That's what I thought, but it's not.
I'm not going to do that.
Dude, you should.
Don't tell me what to do.
Dude.
I'm going to punch you.
Ow. Ooh. E. Harder.
Stupid. Oh, goodness. Let's go to... Are we done with the news?
Yeah, we're done with
Let's
the
go
news.
to a
Let's
song
go to a
real
break.
fast, so I can beat the... No, not that song.
We are... Oh, you are listening to This and That on the Wire, your student radio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I bet you wonder how I knew
Yeah,
that
that's right.
plan.
Listening to This
Thank
and
you,
That.
Blue.
This and That on the Wire. Keegan Mina. Jeremy Deere. Every Wednesday morning from 9 to 11 Central Standard Time, of course. Why? Because we live in the heart of America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Norman, Oklahoma. Oh. So, yeah. Hi, guys. Welcome back to our show. Surprisingly, we have some new viewers listening to our show.
That's awesome.
Really cool. Thanks. Luckily, it's because of Thanksgiving. People don't have to go to class and
that
work.
was the main reason for me volunteering us to do this, because I knew there was a lot more people that would be able to tune in, and who knows?
I really didn't want to come in.
I know he was fighting me the whole time.
Come on, man.
I was like, listen here, boy. Boy, you got a show to do, boy.
And I was like,
I said, boy.
"Ow, don't hit me anymore. Oh, stop it.
I said, boy.
But yeah, you can
I
listen
said,
to
boy,
it.
you're no longer the Purple Ranger. Boy.
I want to be the Purple. I watched that video the other day. We were walking around Las Vegas. I want to be the Purple Ranger. Power Rangers. Purple Ranger.
Out of saw.
Yeah. Out of sun.
Out of saw.
Out of sun. You can listen to us through a variety of different ways. You can go on our station's website at wire.ou.edu. Wire.ou.edu. You can also go to livestream.com/thewirou. But we recommend you guys using the TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone or tablet. Simply, you can also go on.
Yeah, the live stream, you can actually watch us.
Yeah, we're currently waving at. We have cameras here in the control room.
Yeah.
Wire and the live stream should have that. But TuneIn is probably the best quality.
Audio-wise.
Audio-wise. So you can go to tunein.com or download the TuneIn app on your smartphone or tablet.
It's more stable.
You can search Your Student Radio, and you'll find our station, The Wire.
Yeah, you can also click our links on the Facebook page to the TuneIn, and it will take you online, either from your phone or from your desktop, laptop, computer, and you can listen there.
Also, make sure, if you could please, help us out. Give us a nice big Facebook like on our Facebook page.
Tell your friends to do it, too.
Tell your friends to do it. I mean...
We're in a friendly competition with the station. We were winning forever, but then I think we both gloated too much.
Yeah. We were blinded by our greed and jealousy and envy, and they took the lead.
Yeah, so they got their people who don't even care about the station just to like it, so they would have more.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm calling you guys out up there in the station managing place.
I'm not. I love my job. Don't whatever you have, it's against Jeremy, not me. But our Facebook page is facebook.com/this.
You just left me out to dry again.
This. Facebook.com/this and that wire.
Listen that wire.
Facebook.com/this and that wire. Not the word and, but the letter N. Our Twitter is at this and that wire, and you can email us thisandthatwire@gmail.com. You can also call in if you want 405-325-WIRE. That again is 405-325-WIRE if you guys are interested in calling in. And, for you new people listening, feel free to call us in. Or you can text us and tell us that you want to call in.
Big enough for you or something like that?
So, yeah. As like we always like to say, if you're a musician, an artist, or local talent of some sort in the Oklahoma City metro area and you're interested in being on our show, please let us know. You can hit us up. We're always looking for talented musicians to provide us insight, talented artists, stand-up comedians, actors, people with magical talents. So please let us know. Keep on rocking. And what are you doing over there?
It's not me.
What are you doing?
It's a 360.
360 Mafia. So, let me talk to you people, the fine people that listen to us.
What are we doing next? Are you ready for the beer of the week?
Oh, of course. How could we forget? Let me stand up for this one.
We had the perfect beer of the week intro.
Do we still have it? Oh, gosh. Shout out to Spiritual Buzz.
Spiritual Buzz, we love you.
You guys down Stilly, you guys are great. But I guess we're going to do the acapella version.
Yeah, why not?
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer the week. What's this week's beer of the week?
This week's beer of the week, and you guys can suggest one just like our avid listener Erica did.
Oh. Yeah.
She's a avid listener and a friend of the show. She suggested via our Facebook page, just by posting on there, that we use a bold and rich with a touch of holiday spice Sam Adams Winter Lager. It's a wonderful way to enjoy the cold evenings that accompany the season. It's got enough bite without any bitterness.
Yeah, it's a pretty good beer. I've had it a few times.
It is a really good beer for the holidays. And since it's that time and they're already playing Christmas music here on the wire, you know, what's a better way to celebrate the Christmas? But they can't go without saying that if you're an OU student or a college student, period, check with your local university because OU offers a safe ride voucher. Unfortunately, today you cannot pick them up because it's a holiday thing. So you could have picked them up earlier in the week, but next weekend, make sure you go pick them up in the Student Union, Oklahoma Memorial Student Union, Conoco Wing. It's just east of our studio here, and it's good for a ride home if you had too much to drink because it's not about getting drunk.
It's about having fun.
It's about having fun.
Hang out with friends, you know?
Yeah. I mean, getting drunk happens, but, you know, plan on using your vouchers when you go out, people.
With great alcohol comes great responsibility, and not just for you, but your friends as well, and as well as other people throughout the town of Norman. So
and towns across the globe.
Everywhere.
So we can't talk about beer and bars and whatnot without reminding people that if you don't drink responsibly, you'll get a DUI, and who can afford that? Because I can't.
Neither can I.
And neither can you.
I mean, we're college students, and we like to go and socialize.
It's part of the culture.
Yeah, it's understandable, but at the same time, you gotta be smart about it. But we also recommend if you do use the Safe Ride voucher and you do call, make sure you call about 45 minutes to an hour before.
Plan all this out, you know.
Yeah.
That way you got an exit strategy. You got to ride home, and you know you can actually go out and have a good time and not take advantage of the system that's there in place for us to take advantage of. Because it's all about you and keeping you safe.
America. I had eggnog for the first time the other day.
Was it real eggnog or was it the eggnog you buy at the store?
It was like Southern
no
Comfort.
What'd you think about it?
I didn't like it.
Really?
It was nasty.
Like
I'm never gonna have eggnog ever again.
It's supposed to put brandy in it, not Southern Comfort. That's probably where you went wrong.
I don't know her.
E&J.
No, Brandy.
E&J.
Who is that?
E&J.
Who's E&J?
E&J.
What was the word we say? Asian.
E&J.
What's the word we say?
E&J.
No.
I'm not going to be ignored.
What was that word we were saying when we were walking back from the calf?
Oh.
The Korean word?
No. We're not going to do that on the air.
Oh, come on.
I did it a while ago.
We did it.
I know. She's going to be like, why are you teaching people stupid words?
Korean words.
That's not your language to teach.
What were you saying about the grocery store?
Oh, I told her about that this morning, dude.
Where she would walk in.
Walmart.
And she'd walk out.
Yeah. That's her cute little lyrism. She has these things where, you know, she's like you. Like adventures
like
happen
when I
her.
crashed my bike and
yeah, like where you went up the toll road and went and visited your buddy in
my
Omaha.
Goodness, it was in Nebraska. It was in
Omaha.
Missouri, Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah. That's why I said things like
Did
that.
I tell that? We told that story on the midnight one.
Yeah, we told it. I thought we told it before.
No one heard it, so I guess I could tell them again.
Nah.
We could tell them one about me calling the cops against my deaf neighbors the other night.
You did that on our last show.
Man, they're up at 1:30, 2:30 in the morning yelling.
Tell Carol, man. Tell the landlady.
I don't want to be that person.
No, I had to say that because my neighbor, I guess they allowed pets back in now.
Have they, or did they sneak
They
them?
stopped, and then they allowed.
Yeah.
And I thought she snuck them back in, so I went over to Carol, and I'm like, dude, you know, I came out and I almost stepped in some dog duty. And I did. I had to pick it up and take it to the trash can. But I shouldn't. The point is, I shouldn't be having to do that. So you people out there with your animals,
And your
they're
dogs.
part of your family. You're supposed to treat them like a kid. So pick up after them, man.
Pick up after that.
Because us responsible people of the world who are working and doing things and
They
taking
don't
care of our
wanna
own mess.
Don't want to step in your stuff.
Exactly.
Well put. Well put.
And the other thing is we haven't turned on our heater yet. So when it's warm enough and it's too hot inside, we open the door. I don't want to smell that stuff.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I
well, you're on the
live-
second story. So
I live 80 feet next from Jeremy, so
yeah, upstairs. I'd live downstairs, so
Not-
I have to smell anything that's out in front.
but so
Yeah, she just literally opens the door, lets the dog out, and then 10 minutes later starts screaming for the dog to come back. I'm like, no, follow your little dog around on a leash with a little bag in hand. And you know what? I've even seen kids get ingenious, and as the dog goes to squat, they hold the bag underneath so they don't have to pick it up.
kids are smart.
Exactly. I've seen that
Devious
on
little
YouTube.
Tiny little devils.
Yeah, I had to complain. I had to be that neighbor because,
Well,
you
yeah.
know, I've been living there. I pay my rent. When we move, the place is spotless.
You're right.
I'm a good tenant.
What makes me mad is they have people over on a Monday or a Tuesday at 12:30 at night to
And
1:30
they're
in the
pooping in the
morning.
yard?
Yeah, they're pooping in the yard. No, I'm just kidding. They're not pooping in the yard. But I mean,
And you can't yell at them because they're deaf.
that's the problem.
people are
too.
like,
well,
like,
the other
Keegan,
day,
you're so
the other
rude. You're
day,
yelling at a
he's
deaf
like, He's
person.
like installing a chandelier or something right below where my bed is at 1:30 at night.
Dude, it's a sex swing.
It's going.
Yep, that's the rhythm.
No,
Yep, ain't that right, Lyra?
I've heard that kind of stuff too. That's, God. So I had to call the cops last Monday night.
He's killing her. They're like, no.
I had to call. I've never actually had to call the police in my life.
That's just deaf sex.
I called the Norman Police Department and I go, yes, there is a gentleman downstairs with my deaf neighbors who is yelling, "I'm going to kill you! I'm going to kill you!" And I hear doors slamming and like girls screaming.
Who yells at a deaf person?
I know.
I did it Keegan's way. Keegan does.
I do not yell at deaf people. But for some reason, it's always one of those stories. It's one of those. It would happen to Keegan stories. He would have deaf neighbors. I thought they were drug dealers for the longest time, and I've mentioned that many times because they'd have people knocking on the door at 2:30 in the morning 3 times a week, and I'm thinking they've got to get their fix. They're coming to get their fix. Turns out they're deaf. But at the same time, they have this guy that's not deaf over all the time, and he's not a happy camper for some reason. So
You know, some people are just like that.
I had to go down there and mediate between the 4 deaf people, the 1 non-deaf person, the neighbors walking by who were concerned, and the 2 police officers.
Yeah, that's when you got to embrace apathy, man. Just be like, you know, it'll go away if I ignore it.
I think
It'll all go away.
one of the gentlemen that was mad slashed the other guy's tires or something.
Oh, wow.
What a goosh. But I digress. I just want to get some sleep, and I'm not getting any because they also have this very
Dude,
powerful.
if I had that many problems, I would go
I'm going to
to our
now.
lovely landlady.
She's a nice
She
landlady.
is awesome, dude. She brought that place to what it is, man. She has picked a piece of coal out of the dirt and turned it into a diamond, all with peer pressure.
All cubic zirconium. But yeah,
Shout out to Carol,
shout out to our landlady.
our landlady Carol, and it goes without saying, Kent.
Oh yeah, Kent.
Yeah, he's an awesome little dude.
I've only talked to him a few times,
Oh,
but we
he's
like the
awesome.
same taste in music.
Yeah, he's an awesome little dude. He's little too.
He's a small guy, yeah.
He just got a motorcycle he rides around on.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him a couple
He likes
couple
Rush.
times.
We talked
Yeah.
about Rush. Talked about drum sets. He
And
came
you
out.
know, he knows a lot of stuff about the Red Hawks, almost as if he follows them. So, like, whenever I'm working, like, he talks to me about them.
Well, you give him tickets to the games, didn't you?
No, I did my other land guy, the other maintenance guy, where I used to live. He's cool. He's a buddy of mine, Johnny. Shout out to Johnny Wilson. Shout out to
We
Kenneth Pletz Jr.
We might as well do our shout-outs now if we're going to do
Dean
shout-outs.
the Dream Daniel. I was
Doctor-
segueing into that, you know.
Sorry.
Let's make it obvious.
Okay. Hey, we're doing shout-outs now, people, and I have shout-outs to give too.
So like the post on Facebook, and we'll give you a shout out, like Carlos Manzano did.
Jesse
How
Carino.
does he say? Carlos Manzano.
It's
But
not
like, what's your last name? Carlos Manzano.
it's not burrito. It's burrito.
I'm like, Carlos, you're talking to non-Latinos, so you have to say it slow. He's like, Carlos Manzano.
Carlos Manzano.
Because he's like, what's your name? Carlos Mazzano.
Shout out to the boys in Stillwater, Mr. Brian Andrews. Ooh, kill him. Ooh.
Shout out to Katja Cannon.
Oh, yeah, Katja. She's in my
Katja.
German class.
Shout out to JD.
JD Epperson, thanks again for the meal vouchers at the calf.
Yeah, that was awesome, dude. Could have done it without you.
Super awesome. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate that.
Shout out to beer.
Shout out to my friend Sophia Belhuari from Kansas City.
Shout
She's
out to the
listening
guy
in.
walking.
Shout out to the gentleman with the carry-on. And
Shout out to God.
Shout out to that girl right there walking by.
Shout out to the girl dancing inside the IT store.
Shout out to
that girl
those
too,
people
yeah.
over there walking in. Shout out to that gentleman right there and all these people walking in. There's a
Shout
lot
out
of
to
people
all
walking
those
in.
people.
Shout outs to you and you
And you,
and you
and you,
and
and you,
you and you
and
and
you.
you and you. Shout outs to all of you people. You guys are great. You guys
Thanks-
are all
thanks for
awesome.
coming by.
Thanks for walking into the union.
Thanks for walking by
you
the
guys
union.
You guys make it what
Oh, is it a tour?
Oh, is it a tour? I'm sorry.
Hey, see, if you come to OU, you can have fun like this on
You
the
could
radio.
be on the radio, just like us. But don't mind us. We're just on the radio. There's a lot of people here.
Shout out to Jimi Hendrix.
The late, great Jimi Hendrix.
Shout out to Beavers everywhere.
Shout out to...
Shout out to Border Collies.
Shout out to...
Oh, what was that dog again?
Cocker Spaniel.
Shout out to Cocker Spaniels.
Shout out to Boston Terriers. The best kind of dog is a
Shout
Boston
out
Terrier.
to the meanest.
Shout out to the Deers.
Shout out to Jim Morrison.
No, let's not do that. I don't like the Doors.
No.
What?
I don't like the Beatles.
I don't like the Beatles either. That's one thing that I like about you is we agree on the Beatles aren't that great.
Dude.
What do you mean the Beatles aren't that great? They're not.
Dude, if you have to say, what do you mean the Beatles aren't that great, then it's obvious they're not that great.
It's like saying, I'm taking the high road. The first rule of taking the high road is not saying you're going to take the high road.
Shout out to, oh, never mind. That was somebody else.
Shout out to
I'm trying to think who else is listening. Braxton.
Dustin
shout out
Daigle,
to,
Chase O'Hara.
oh, yeah,
Always got to do Chase.
shout out to Derry Boy. We left him out.
No one cares.
Shout out to Braxton.
Snodgrass.
Chris Turner.
Chris
shout
Turner.
out to Mr. Dave.
Mr. Dave. Shout out to
Mr. Lakers.
Theron Smith. Shout out to
Emily
Morris.
I hope you're getting better, Emily.
She's in the recovering process from what I've heard.
Yep.
From tonsillitis.
She better be listening.
Or else.
Text us and let us know you're listening.
Text us. We miss you.
Miss
Shout out
you,
to
yeah.
Megan Zucala.
Shout out to Megan Fitzgerald.
Okay, so my friend Megan, I promised I would never do Christopher Walken. And
Shout out to Ashley.
so if I do Christopher Walken and she hasn't listened, it's going to make her so mad. So I'm going to do my Christopher Walken.
No, it
Yeah.
makes me mad, dude.
Well, okay, you can punch me in a second.
Oh.
Guys,
No.
come
Stop.
on. Christopher Walken. Yeah. Cowbell.
Stop it.
I'm not going to be ignored.
I'm not going to be ignored, Jeremy. Don't hurt me. Quit hitting me. Ow. Ooh, my face. Ooh, I wasn't ready.
We are ahead on time, man. I thought the first bit was gonna, the first list was gonna run us.
Well, we have other lists.
I know that.
We
but
have Thanksgiving facts. If you guys are interested in learning a little bit more
Like
about.
I was just trying to squeeze in.
I thought we were doing a lot better. You know, I always picture when we start our show, it's going to be when we don't have guests. I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Well, we've made it work considering where we started at with our unofficial first
It's
show.
because we both like talking,
We do like to talk,
and we're not gonna be ignored.
and we like to be random, and we're going to find you, and we're going to get you, and we're going to strangle you with our hands. I'm just kidding. I don't know. You going to learn a little bit more about Thanksgiving? Because there's some interesting facts about Thanksgiving.
Let's talk about that.
Well, everybody knows the state bird not the state bird.
Send me the link.
I don't want to.
For these of you guys who can't see us, we're not in the same room,
There we are.
and he's black.
And he's not even Native American. He's Asian.
Ooh, leak.
So everybody knows the bald eagle's the official bird of America. But did you know?
Does this really have to do with Thanksgiving?
Yeah, because it involves turkeys. Turkeys are indigenous to only America.
You know,
North
I
America.
knew my mom went to spend Thanksgiving with this one family, and instead of a turkey for Thanksgiving, they had an octopus leg,
Huh.
a big one.
Just
they
one-
carved.
just
They
one?
just carved off of it in 8 chunks.
Well, Benjamin Franklin actually proposed the turkey to be the national bird of the United States at one point before they settled with the bald eagle. That's really kind of interesting. And Abraham Lincoln is the one who issued the Thanksgiving Proclamation, which made the last Thursday of November as Thanksgiving, which is kind of an interesting holiday because it's the one holiday really where it's not on a specific date. It's always on the last Thursday, which is kind of cool, I think. What do you think? Do you know what the think is?
No, I like it because it works great with my school schedule.
I think it works great with everybody's school schedule.
Exactly, because you always know you're going to have that time off.
And, I just took a deep breath.
So
right
the
there.
Plymouth Pilgrims were the first to celebrate Thanksgiving?
Huh, I didn't know that.
You know, that reminds me of, have you seen, was it Adam's Family Values?
No.
Oh, I love it, dude. I'm going to go find that scene. I'm going to put it on, they like ransack this play. They're supposed to be at camp, and it's supposed to be, Wednesday's supposed to be happy. And so she fakes it all the way through, and then she takes over the play, and the Indians, like, kill all the pilgrims and like burn the village down. It is awesome, dude. I mean, like her spill is the funny thing about it. Just for the simple fact that I have lived in a trailer.
The fun fact is, in the U.S., about 280 million turkeys are sold for the Thanksgiving celebration. That's a lot of turkeys. That's like more than 2/3 of the population of the country. And Californians are the largest consumers of turkey in the United States, but that's kind of understood because that's the most populated state. And where is it? I saw a good one. Apparently, and I didn't realize this, but in 1939, President Roosevelt proclaimed that Thanksgiving would take place on November 23rd, not November 30th, as a way to spur economic growth. And that's not the right one. Apparently, they pardon a turkey once a year. Did you know about that?
Yeah, actually they do. And this year, it was Washington or maybe it was Oregon. One of those states pardoned tofu turkeys.
That's not even real.
I know. They're making, like, fun.
What is this?
By default.
What's this tree hugger malarkey?
Exactly.
Tofu turkeys have feelings too.
Tofu.
Stop the violence. Quit eating turkeys. Turkeys.
You know, if you eat a lot of soy products, you'll grow boobs as a man.
No, I did not know that, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
told.
I'm not going to eat soy products anymore.
I don't eat soy products, and I got some pretty manly boobs.
I don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Fat glands.
Turkeys have
Have
more
fat.
protein than chicken or beef. That's kind of interesting. So why don't we eat all the turkey all the time? We always get like tuna and stuff. Commercially raised turkeys cannot fly. And it takes 75 to 80 pounds of feed to raise a 30-pound turkey. And apparently they have poor night vision. And the heaviest turkey ever raised was 86 pounds, about the size of a large dog.
$50,000 for summer camp, and he's Mr. Woo Woo.
What?
I'm gonna post this, guys. Check out the page. I love this scene. It's a Thanksgiving told by Wednesday Addams. It's pretty funny. I know most of y'all have seen it.
Emily is listening to our show. Emily.
I'm mad at you for changing your major. You better change it back.
You better.
You know, if you changed it back, me and you would still be graduating together.
You could change it 3 more times, still graduate with Jeremy. Jeremy's going to be here for a long time.
Dick move.
No. Well, no. But, you know, it's great that everybody's listening to us for once. And it's great that people are just super cool. Thanks again, guys, once again, for listening every week. Those who listen every week, those who are listening this week, those who listen every other week.
Like we said before, we didn't have to do this show today, but we did it for the listeners.
And it means a lot you guys actually listen. We were thinking no one was going to listen. At least I was. But Jeremy's going to act like he knew.
No,
he
I
knew
didn't
the
know
whole
people were going to listen,
time.
but I did this for you guys so the non-average listeners could listen in because...
I mean, it's a valid point because everybody's always like, oh, I can't listen.
Actually, I was hoping you would invite your brother in or something.
I was going to too, but...
I never met the little tyke.
You never met my brother?
No.
Huh.
I met your mama. I met your daddy. I met your dad first, and then I met your mom, and then I met your mom again at Lowe's.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She just started talking to me, and she didn't realize. And I was like, "You're Keegan, mama, aren't you?"
Yes. Are you Jeremy? Jeremy Deer. Jeremy White Deer. Jeremy Deer. Your name's Jeremy Deer, isn't your name Jeremy Deer?
Jimmy Deer.
Jeremy Deer. Jeremy Deer. Jeremy Deer. Let's go to a song real fast. What do you think? A little Fits in the Tantrums?
Yeah, why not? That's a good one. I bet you messed it up all the way around.
Wait, how about this? How about we don't press off our mics
Nope.
for a few seconds?
Nope.
Nope.
You're listening to this and that.
On the Wire. Your student radio. Keegan and Jeremy on the wire. This and that. Listen online.
Stephen Thorne, everybody. It's a really nice intro. Couldn't have done it without him. Keegan's currently watching the video that I posted. It's a perfect time to post it for Thanksgiving.
What?
Most of y'all have already seen it. It's the Thanksgiving play with Wednesday Addams from the movie Wednesday, or it was Addams Family Value. Pretty funny. I laugh at it every time I watch it too.
Oh goodness! Let me come back. They're destroying the village with fire. They're throwing tomahawk. Oh.
Yeah, that's always a great one. And what better reason to share it than now, because it's Thanksgiving. I always thought it was racist, and then it turns out and it's the other way around. It's like,
Are they really going to burn her?
it's the Addams Family, man. They always burn them. I'm just kidding. The guy, the Indian in the wheelchair.
So messed up.
Yeah. So what do we have coming back?
Oh,
What do we got going on here?
well, I was watching this video, and then you're trying to tell me to do stuff. They're burning them on the spit.
On a spit.
This is demented, grotesque. Whew, that was pretty funny. He's changing the script, Gary.
$50,000 for summer camp, and he's Mr. Woo Woo. Shout out to my nephew, man.
Was it
He
Shay?
always says that. Yeah, Che always says that, man. We'll just be playing video games or something, and he'll just pipe up with that. $50,000 for summer camp, and he's Mr. Woo Woo.
I guess we could talk about our good friend Julia Talbert brought this up the other day. If either of us had any interesting holiday traditions that we do for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and I thought about it, and I have a few. Do you have any you want to talk about?
I don't know. In the past couple of years, I don't know. No, not really.
No.
I mean, like, we used to go watch a movie every like Christmas, and it always seems like we were watching like the demented ones. I mean, it was like Misery and all the movies that came out like
Bad
the day before.
Santa.
Yeah, like stuff that had really not much to do with the holidays.
But
I always thought that was weird.
For Thanksgiving, we do a brunch, 1 to 3 kind of thing. Everybody leaves. But for Christmas time, Christmas Eve, my family and I, we always go out to a Chinese buffet. That was always, we've been doing it for years. Since I was like 9. We will always go out to a Chinese buffet on Christmas Eve because they're one of the few places that are always open on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And we would always watch one of 2 movies. We'd either watch Trapped in Paradise with Nicolas Cage, Diana Carvey, and, oh goodness, what's his name? He's the...
You know what is a good holiday movie? Christmas movie that I've always liked?
What?
Die Hard.
Isn't this Trapped in Paradise? John Lovitz. Die Hard's a good one.
I
It
just
wasn't
realized
Christmas, was it?
The third
it
one.
was, yeah.
I just realized the third one didn't happen during Christmas.
The second one.
First 2 did.
Yeah, neither the Live Free, Die Harder ones.
Yeah.
They were
I haven't
not.
seen that last little.
I mean, there's no real point.
edition.
There's no real point. I don't see the point. That's just me. I mean, what do I know? But yeah, we watched Trapped in Paradise, which has Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz, and Dana Carvey, and it's about these 3 guys who rob a bank in a small Pennsylvania town, and they get stuck in the town, and no one knows they robbed the bank, but everybody's just so nice to them, so they kind of get guilted into bringing the money back. It's a really good movie. I like it. We either watch that or we watch Three Amigos with
That's a
Chevy
good one.
Chase, Martin Short, and Steve Martin.
Yeah, I was going
That's
to say.
we.
You know what? I watched the cable company is giving free stars. And
I saw
Epics
that. I
and
saw that
Encore.
yesterday.
So I was watching last night, and I watched Roxanne with Steve Martin. It's where he has the big nose.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light.
You should see his face. Sean.
Roxanne, you don't have to give your body to the night. That was the police. Thank you.
You ever seen that movie, Roxanne?
I have not.
It's pretty good, like 80s flick.
For the Three Amigos, we actually bring out the VCR.
It's a dramedy.
We have it on VHS.
I got a VCR, and I got it right as they were done. I think I recorded. I used to use it for like a little camera, like for the parking lot, because we had a lot of stuff going on with our cars. But that camera don't work no more, and I don't have no use. I had a whole bunch of blank VHS tapes that Dino left in the lab, so I took.
I have some of those, just the cases for the VHS tapes.
Oh, I got a 3/4. Well, that's neither here nor there, but yeah. I mean, it's a perfectly, like, basically brand new Sony, like VHS. It's really awesome, really clear. Rewind.
You can
and
go to Vintage Stock and get like VHSs for like 59 to 99 cents.
I want DVD. I got a 400 disc DVD changer. I'm up to 250.
Oh yeah, you have that one where you just can put them all in and play them. Hello, people walking by.
Is this another tour?
Hi, you guys are awesome.
Welcome to OU.
You guys make the day.
Yeah.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Shout
out to you people.
Shout out to the people walking by with their Thanksgivings. Shout out to that gentleman that gave us a whoop whoop.
Yeah, he's raising the roof.
The roof is not on fire, sir. You can put the extinguisher down. I love it when people walk by. It's fun.
Yeah, the
music's turned down today, so people actually can hear us in the hallway.
And I got a whole bunch of DVDs. It's just, and they're all most of the cult classics, but it's like any of the newer movies, like I'm getting them on Blu-ray, and that's where I messed up, is because I got a Blu-ray. It was when they were doing DVD, Blu-ray plus Ultraviolet, and now that's hard to find for any movie. Now It's just Blu-ray, and they barely make any DVDs anymore.
Because when I worked at Target, it was always the combo pack.
Yeah, I like those, but I made the mistake of getting, I think it was the first movie to the Alien saga. What's that?
Predator?
No.
Alien versus Predator?
What's that?
Prometheus?
Prometheus, yes. I got that, and I watched it, and I love Blu-ray. So, needless to say, I haven't really been on the DVD buying.
No, I don't. The last movie, actually, I bought It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. Have you ever seen that? 1963?
Yeah.
Sid Caesar?
Yep.
Ethel Merman?
Yep.
Watched it the other day.
Any of you guys got DVDs that you want to get rid of? Hey, man, holler at Keegan or me.
If you have any ball caps you want to get rid of.
I'm just trying to fill empty slots in my DVD.
I have a wall of hats. I like, if you guys
move on to digital media.
Hats. I like hats.
Our friend Nick I seen a post about that the other day. He was looking for digital media service like providers. So, because he's going to switch all to digital media. I want to do that too. I just want to have like a server in the house, and you pull up a movie from any TV and you can watch it.
I miss Nick. I need to go hang out with him sometime. Nicholas Von Bush, I know you're not listening. Have fun tomorrow at work.
Yeah, you must have done something wrong.
No,
boy.
he called me up. I don't understand it. Radio Shack is opening at 8 o'clock in the morning, Thanksgiving Day. And now you notice it seems like every year the retail stores, they open earlier and earlier and earlier.
I mean, it's like Black Friday ain't even Black Friday anymore.
But the thing is, we shouldn't be forced to work Black Friday. You shouldn't be forced to work Thanksgiving Day of all places. Thanksgiving Day is a national holiday.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
National holiday. You should
thank God that he ain't gonna be working at Radio Shack for the rest of his life.
Yeah, luckily he's got a morning. It irks me. It's just the fact that there's people out there who want to spend time with their families, but then there's big businesses who want to irk and milk every single cent they can during the holiday season.
Hey, dude, that's capitalism, man.
But
you can thank your parents for that.
No,
and your parents.
No.
Yeah, it started in the 70s.
I'm not thinking anybody.
Yeah.
I'm going rogue.
Capitalism, man.
I'm not thinking you. I'm not thinking The Wire. I'm not thinking myself.
Shout-outs to The Wire.
Shout-outs to The Wire. We like to do shout-outs. Shout-out to Lynn Franklin.
Mr. Franklin.
Thanks for letting us do this this week.
Yeah, dude.
Originally, we were not allowed to. He said we could do a taping of a show and then play it, but he gave us the go ahead. So thanks again, Lynn. Appreciate it.
I do appreciate it. The show is fun, and our listeners are great. Couldn't have done it without you, Lynn.
You know, I feel when we get this on FM, it's gonna really be a game changer.
At least for our broadcast area.
Yeah, but
Hopefully we'll be like simulcast other places. That'd be cool.
yeah, like on Cox Channel 126.
I say we should take this show even further.
Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you, ma'am. People
Shout
walking
out.
by.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy. Hey, you guys, you walking in? That's right, you.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, you both. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, but like I said, we should take this all the way, man.
All the way
To
where?
late night radio.
late night.
Late night
You listen to late night
You
radio.
listen to late night radio with Keegan
and Jeremy.
on the wire.
Your student radio.
Where you go, late night. You just, man, I want to wipe my ears now, dude. That was gross.
Oh my goodness. This is how it always ends on our show.
There was a big long lull
A lull.
for 10 minutes.
And this is where we kind of just vent.
And, you know, there's a lot of things that's really been irking me lately.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, man. It was one time. I better be right. What?
About taking like forever to graduate.
Oh no, I'm not.
She sent that right after the
Yeah,
Emily
Jeremy's gonna
comment.
take forever. I'm a good kid. But you know, what irks you?
I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. I would think I was just talking just to fill time.
You know what irks me?
When I just talk to fill time.
When I go to the grocery store and it's packed. I can't stand going to Walmart.
Dude, I went to Walmart the other day to buy some oil, but I was going like the car entrance and come right back out. Like,
It's a pretty smart idea.
I don't like Walmart.
I don't think any.
And it's not like I'm anti big box store or, you know, whatever. I'm just, no.
I just don't like. Well,
I don't like what they do.
I was telling Jeremy the other day.
Poor business practices.
The greeters never say hello to me. They say hello to everybody else but me.
Beard, man. It's the beard.
They don't want to say hi to me. I mean, that's their job. Say hi to me. And I'll say hello back.
Yeah, Lyra says when she goes on Sundays, like, she goes in one entrance and the lady's like, knee high. And she's like, that's not even my language. You know, like, that's racist. How are you going to greet me with knee high? And then, so she goes to the other door and the guy's like, where are you from? She's like, Moore? No, but where are you from? She's like, he just don't remember. Like, that last week he asked that same question. I said, just go through the garden. She's like, no, because it'll be another story. Somebody else.
Oh, are you getting tulips?
I don't know.
That's
Weird things happen to people around me.
And it's great.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised there's actually people here.
You know,
I pictured it being dark and scary and gloomy, and there's like one light flickering.
I know. I was hoping that at least Starbucks would be open.
Isn't it?
When I got here, it wasn't, and usually it is. Usually I get here early enough to get me a little bit of caffeine and come set up everything in the studio because it takes a while. Like, we just don't come in and do our show. That's why we got a quality show.
Yeah, and for Jeremy and I, we kind of had this idea. It was mostly Jeremy's idea, but back when we were at Rose State, we would do some kind of like joking podcast. But he's always talked about making this as like on a bigger stage. And luckily, The Wire has given us that opportunity.
Keegan found this opportunity.
I was like, dude, let's do this radio program. And then we got here on The Wire, and it's been great ever since.
Yeah, dude.
We got to pick a time slot.
I like our time slot because it's after the morning talk shows. And, you know, if we went late at night or in the evening, nobody would listen to us because they're all busy doing things, dude.
Yeah.
Like, nobody would sit at home and listen to us.
I just don't like waking up early.
No.
Maybe we can have like
You
a
don't
lunch.
do it for you.
Let's do it for like during the lunchtime.
You don't do it for
People eat
you.
lunch. They could listen to us during lunch.
You do it for the listeners.
You do it for the vine. Ooh.
You do it.
Ooh.
You do it for the money.
You do it for the laws.
You do it for.
You do it for the degree.
You do it for Jesus.
You do it for the Lord
You
and
do it
Savior.
for the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, goodness
Lord.
golly gee. I feel the shame of lifting. I swear nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. I ain't got no shoes or nothing. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's what we need on the 360.
We need to have Sweet Brown on our show.
Ooh. I bet you she'd come.
If we asked Sweet Brown, would you think she'd say, I ain't got no time for that?
Ain't nobody got time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know what?
Wouldn't
that be awesome if we could get her?
We get somebody famous.
I'm gonna try. Let's both try for that this next show. We'll try to get Sweet Brown. Any of your listeners got some ins with somebody that knows how to get old Sweet Brown? Let me know.
Or anybody, kind of
because
cool.
we know people that work at Channel 4, and our avid listener might be able to ask them how they get a hold of her because they're actually Channel 4 is the one that actually made her
covered
famous.
it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she live in Tulsa?
No, she lives down here on the south side.
Oh.
Or she did. She probably lives somewhere nice in Galordia.
Yeah, she's doing those dentist commercials and those house commercials.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody. Hey, can we play that? Can we play that one Grapevine again?
Which one?
The Grape.
Oh.
Let's do that. Let's play that one more time. Are we?
I'm not going to be ignored.
I know you're not gonna be ignored.
You know what movie that's from?
No. Oh. Yeah. This and that, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, folks, you know what time it is.
Yeah. Break it down now. Yeah.
It's that time of the show.
Show's about to end. Ooh. That was fun. I love
It's over.
that.
Bye. Just kidding. No.
This is always the hardest part, is closing off with the time we have left.
I know sometimes we're running out of time. Sometimes we have too much time, and other times there's just time.
And sometimes we don't have time, and we get sick and tired of not having time, and then there's time, and then we're like stuck in a time vortex of time. And then there's this. Oh, yeah. Going up. Break it down.
I like it.
Work it. So much.
It's just time to play with the music
swag.
right now. We got 1 minute. Don't we? No? We got 10 minutes?
No, we have like 3.
We got like 4 clocks here, and none of them are right.
Yeah, well, they're better than they are, but now they're not as good as they were, if that makes any sense. Well, you want to go by these clocks? Because they look to be synced. That clock doesn't look to be synced. You ready to sing the song? From the beginning. Oh.
I don't know.
It's Black Keys, ladies and gentlemen. But not really, because we're going to sing it. Right? We're going to sing it?
It's going out.
Oh. I wanted love. I needed love.
But
most of all. Was it worst of all? Or but most of all?
I don't know. I just know something Staval.
Jason Stuval? Isn't that his name?
The old man actor.
I don't know. Steven Seagal? No, I'm the cook.
What are you supposed to be? Silly old bear.
What a loser that Christopher Robin was.
I'm a black rain cloud.
Black rain cloud. See, this is like.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Oh, I should play the whole Linus where he goes and explains it all to our listeners.
How many more shows do we have?
I think we just have the one.
Do you think we could do more than that?
I don't think so, because technically we wouldn't be enrolled anymore. We might be able to do the one finals week if you want, but that's up to you. I'm totally down. I'm down for doing.
But in the sense
shows
we
you
have
know we're not
volunteers to have
supposed
our shows, they're not enrolled.
Yeah, but they don't have their. Oh, I wonder.
Well, we can do it till I go to Ireland.
Ireland. All right. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Let's play your. Which one did you want to go out on? Arctic Monkeys.
I didn't want to go on that.
Okay, Grapevine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
that's a good
care.
one.
You can do whatever you want.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
You know what time it is. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been This and That on the Wire. Keegan, Mina, Jeremy Deere. We'll hear you next week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And all that jazz.
This and That on the Wire.
Your Student Radio.